Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to another tier list video. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed the last one. I had a lot of fun making it as well, and I kind of want to do something a little different. If you guys know, I've, on my TikTok anyway, I've started sort of coming away from Yu-Gi-Oh! A tiny bit, trying a new game like Pokemon, and that playing Pokemon has made me realise a lot more about like overall TCG accessories and how different each game is with their accessories, with their size, deck boxes, playmat, all that sort of stuff really. And it made me think, I've played TCGs for the better half of almost 5 years now, and I've been through so many different TCG products all throughout the years, right? And I thought I'd just make a quick video about just ranking them. So our tier list here anyway is we've got the best of all time. So this is the, if I'm buying it, I'm buying it, right? Then we've got perfectly fine. This is like the good stuff. This is the what I always use. We have the standard, which is sort of like everyone's level. Everyone should at least try and look for these products. If I have to, if it's like worst case scenario and I have to sleeve up, then I'm probably gonna have to go for that and never go near. I would never ever use these products in 1,000 years. So yeah. Firstly, here we've got sleeves, and I've gone through a lot of sleeves. These are just ones that I have gone through. I haven't put broccoli sleeves or KPYs just because they're the only ones I haven't actually like used properly before. But these ones I've had a lot of experience with. And the first one here are like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Standard. I don't know, they make these every year or so. You get one of these. We got like the Yubel and Jaden one recently, or the Ecclesia and Albaz one. These suck. I would never go, just do not go near these. These are horrible. I wouldn't even say they last good for locals. And that also applies to these ones here. These are the Pokemon standard ones. They come in like the I forget what they come with. I know you can get them in like the collector set, not collector, the world champion pack things anyway. I'm also the same with these. I don't like these. They may last one locals more than the Yu-Gi-Oh ones, but I still don't, I can't stand them. Okay, now we have one of my favorite. These are Game Genics. Everyone's watched my TikTok, they all know I'm gonna put Game Genics up here as my personal favorite of all time. I always buy Game Genics. I think they're great value. They last as long as I need to. I think when it comes to locals, and I guess you could even say our regionals, these are perfectly fine. I'm more than happy with these sleeves, especially for the quality of the price you pay for. These are great. I love these sleeves. Game Genic, if you're watching these, please sponsor me and send me 1,000 of these sleeves. I love them. Good value. What else more can I say? Okay, and moving on to, I guess, not as good. These are the, we've got a few in here. We have two. Where is the other one? We have two. These are like the Temu sleeves, or like Alibaba sleeves. And the first we've got here is like the Shine one. There's a lot of these like not oversized, but they're a bit bigger. They don't fit Pokemon cards, but there's like a lot of wiggle room. I think you're supposed to put an inner sleeve, then you whack these on top, but they're not really over sleeves. I'm gonna put these in and never go near. I've bought a pair of these and they are horrible. They're so crunchy. There's like when you shuffle them, I came to realize there's like a layer of film which is like the holographic, and that just peels off, and it's horrible stuff. But perfectly, I'm gonna put maybe a bit lower actually. I'll put in it was up here originally, but I think I'm gonna have to move this up here. These are like just the plain Temu color sleeves you can buy. Like I did a review on them a couple of months ago where I bought them, and one of them came damaged, but it's like I bought 2 bricks of them and 1 brick was damaged, and it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, right? I spent £2 on it. It's whatever, right? It's what you pay for. Not as good as these though. I could buy Game Genics for like what, £3 compared to the £8 I spent on 2 bricks of these, and they all sucked. Next off, I'm gonna put as the standard Instantly. Originally I would have probably put these down here. I never liked Dragon Shields for some reason. It may be just a personal thing, but I've always had bad experiences with Dragon Shields. I've always opened them up to have like a damaged sleeve, or like they're all like curled up and bent and warped. But as I said, since I started playing Pokemon, I bought a few like Dragon Shield standard size, because I've never bought standard size before, and they were perfectly fine. They're still good now after like what, maybe a week or so. So they're fine. I wouldn't say they're the best just because of personal preference, but I still think they're the standard. Next we have Ultra Pro. I'm gonna put these. I really want to put them here, but they're not as bad as these by any means. Like I would never play any of these at a locals, but Ultra Pros I hate. I don't know why. I feel like they get ganky and so gross, and every time someone has an Ultra Pro deck, they're just filth. Like the deck's just filth. It feels like I've got so many gross Ultra Pros. I don't know. I'm not crazy sold on Ultra Pro. I used to rock them a long time because I think they were cheap, especially you could get cheap packs on eBay, but I don't know, I've never been too keen on it. On the other hand though, Katana, I'm gonna put in perfectly fine or almost best of all time. The only reason I probably wouldn't put these in the best of all time is just the price and what you get. Because these are a bit more expensive, they're maybe just a bit cheaper than Dragon Shields, but they feel really good. But my only issue is they don't last as long. They last like maybe one or two locals and they start getting like pretty like gross, I find. But like that's my only issue with them realistically, is they don't last as long as something like Game Genic, essentially, for the price anyway. I always have price in mind because like I've always kind of been tried to be a budget player essentially, so like I wouldn't buy Dragon Shield just because they're too expensive, right? That's why I really value Game Genics. Next we have these. I don't know what's the actual name of these brands, but they do a lot of like those oversleeves with like the arrows and in the corner and stuff like that, and I really like them. I think they're perfectly fine. They're like pretty good oversleeves. I wouldn't put them as the standard because they're sort of like the luxury versions. I will also put in the best of all time because I've bought so many of them. I was really doubting myself, want to put it as the standard, but I can't. It's the Dragon Shield oversleeves. I love these. These are like my favourite, to be fair. I know like I wouldn't consider them the same as standard just because like I guess the luck I've had of them not being bad essentially. I do find they do get gross quite quickly, but no, I do very much love these. I always try and oversleeve when I can. But playing Pokemon, it's pretty common to not oversleeve, which is fine, and I do quite enjoy the feel of just a single sleeve deck, especially when it's in a deck box. It feels pretty good. Also, penny sleeves, in the sense of if I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or we're playing a game, or like not collecting, I would put these here. I would never go. I think I'd rather play penny sleeves over maybe the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones. I don't know. But like collecting, these are fine. I still don't like them for collecting. Like I don't know if I have a good example, but here I have a folder here actually, right? And I always try and use, these are my faded cards. I always try and use like sleeves. Any sort of like sleeve I've got just laying around I use for like my folders and that. I hate penny sleeves. I think they're just gross and I don't know, disgusting. Next we've got deck boxes. I like a good deck box. I hate having like a small tiny compact deck box, as you'll see now. But I also don't like having a big beefy deck box. I like a really small and slim one. So starting off with the Volt X, like the weird magnetic, the flap comes off. I'm going to put this here. I know a lot of people in my locals have these. I'm not that, I don't know, I don't really like them. I find them too hard, especially if you double sleeve, they're a nightmare. Like I hate there being such like a sealed gap, if you know what I mean, like a vacuum seal almost. I don't like it. These like Pokemon like deck boxes have like the magnetic front. I think these are pretty good. These are good for like almost anything. I would put these up at the standard. I don't like the look of them. I think they look hideous. I really don't. But I think as like a deck box they're fine. Moving on, I used to use these a lot, but I would never go near them again, and that's like the Ultra Guard or Ultra Pro. It's one of these two, right? I'm gonna sort of stick them in the same level. So you have like the big 60 card one, and you also have like the small 40 card one, and I hate these just in general. I used to use it a lot in like school when I was taking like my decks to school and stuff like that, but now I don't know, I hate them. Next we have like the Pokemon double deck box, and I'm gonna put this up with the best of all time. I really want to try and get my hands on one of these. I've got like a Temu one, I think, but it's practically the same shape and that with the magnetic front, and like it's great. I love like the standing up deck boxes, a bit like this, right? How they stand up. Hate putting my deck on the side and stuff like that. This is a weird one, but these are like Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional deck boxes. I'm gonna put these in perfectly fine. As we all know, I have one of these and I really do like it, but like my only issue is it's so big and bulky. It's a bit like the Pokemon one, but they've made it like a lot thicker because it has like a flap that sort of unfolds out. And finally we have like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon. They've all got their own like small little shitty deck boxes. I hate them. I hate the ones with the graphics. They peel. I don't know. They're just so low quality and they cost so much. I don't see the point. Next we now have playmats. I haven't got a lot here just because I haven't got a lot of experience with playmats, I guess you could say. There's not many to pick from essentially. The only thing that's not on here is no playmat. If you don't play with a playmat, you're stupid. So we're going to start off with Spellground, and obviously that's going to be the best of all time. I do think these mats are really nice. I do think they're completely overpriced though. I would definitely not recommend like buying one at the price you can get. If you can get like a hand-me-down, like the ones I've played with are fine. I think they're really like good, but like the thing, as I said, the thing that holds them back is overall just the price value. Next we have like rubber mat, any sort of generic rubber mat that's like by Konami or the Pokemon or like any sort of brand playmat. These are fine. These are just like the rubber playmats. I do kind of like the Pokemon ones now. I do like half mats. I think you have them in the OCG for Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to put these as the standard. I think these are really nice. Next we have like those weird oversized, they're not really oversized, but they're just a bit bigger, like Temu, Alibaba AI mats that have like stolen artwork from somewhere. And I'm going to put these like bottom of the barrel. I hate these. These are just horrible. I hate when people bring them to locals. When we have any sort of double-sided playmat, any sort of cloth double-sided playmat, I'm going to put as perfectly fine. I love those sort of playmats. I think they're great. First two here are kind of the same, but they're different sizes. We have like the 4x4 Pokemon like plastic with the strap over the front. I hate these. I would not ever go near these. I think these are horrible. For the Voltex one is slightly better quality. I am going to stick up there if I have to. I just don't like the strap in the front. I don't know why. I'm just worried it's going to bend my cards. So a bit of a rant here now, but when I see people with those like, I don't know, 8x8 or 10x10 folders, like those big, unless you're a vendor, I'm not interested. I'm not looking at these. I hate these. And we've got another Voltex here, but I'm going to give it as like a zip binder. Any sort of zip binder I think is just the standard now. I'm going to start off with pen and paper. I think that's the best. I've slowly moved to this now, and it has been just the best of all time. It's great for judges and stuff like that. And people who use like the calculator, like the TI calculators, I've just, no. I don't know. I don't trust those. I really don't. I don't like that sort of thing at all. I don't know why. Just my superstition about it. I'm just not a big fan. And I put Neuron here, but this applies to any sort of online tracker you could use, especially just on your phone. I'm a bit more inclined to put standard. I don't know why. I just don't like these calculators. They cost so much money for some reason because I like the graphic calculators or whatever. But yeah, if you guys think I missed anything, please do let me know in the comments. And let me know what you think of these tier list videos. Are they what you want to see more of? And if so, leave me some suggestions in the comments. I'll take a look at them. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.